I needed to hear a little bit of cracking today. Haven't split wood in a little while, just got back from a short vacation with the family, and we got a good bit of rain while we were gone, so a lot of the property is pretty wet. Not too much I can do around here right now. The bar on that, or the frame, rail, what do you call that thing, the beam on the splitter is all rusty, so let's clean it up, get cracking. And I had this genius idea, which may prove to be not so genius, but why not add our 6-way and 4-way wedge together, turn it into a little 10-way action. Let's see how it does. Just a couple minutes into it here, I can already see this is kind of a pain, this setup. When that 6-way wedge is on top, which had worked better that way, but it would always lift, and then you'd be left with this big, huge piece in the middle that needed to be resplit anyway. Because both wedges can't be pinned down, you're always going to have that. So I don't feel like there was any real net time savings doing this, but it was cool to watch it split into, earlier I said a 10-way wedge, but it's actually just 8 math. But I'm going to switch it back to a 6 now and just do what I'm comfortable with doing. And some of these pieces will need to get resplit off the 6, but that's what I've been doing for 2 years now. 2 quick crates of wood filled up here. That's about a half cord, quarter cord each in those crates, loose thrown in. The 8-way wedge, not really a thing. And I know Wolfe Ridge makes some bigger wedges for this machine, but I don't really think they're a great fit for my operation, largely because I get a huge variety of wood in here. And I also like to be a little bit picky with how I split up the wood. I like to have relatively small splits, and I like to have a pretty good consistency throughout. And I think with some of the larger wedges, you lose some of that control. So today was almost everything with a 6-way wedge, though honestly a lot of times, and I know I've said this before, especially on bigger wood, I will end up using the 4-way wedge to break that stuff down, because you do have a lot more control with the end product that way. And that's just how I like to do it. Though these days I'm a little bit more focused on output and on quantity, and because of that I am using the 6-way wedge a little bit more. The other thing is I've got loads of wood around here. I've got a little bit here on the ground bucked up. I showed you guys a video the other day where I put a new chain on the saw and I bucked up some of this stuff over here, and some of that stuff's actually been sitting around for a good while, so I'm going to keep it all separate, and it's nearly dry really, so that'll all go in a crate together. I got some cherry and some maple and some 2-year-old oak over there, and then along the tree line I've got 3 different stacks of wood over there. I've got this stack of wood, which is almost all oak. I've got this hickory right next to me, and I showed you guys before I got just a little bit of cherry, which I still want to work on getting that process up for barbecue wood. So I've got more wood sitting around here than I've ever had, and like I just said, it is now time to focus more on output and quantity than it is on quality, though it's still very much focused on quality because I know that's what brings the highest value firewood, and that's what I'm all about, is getting as much revenue out of this work that I'm putting in as I can. And there's plenty of other guys in the market who are just selling cheap wood, and when you go look at it, it looks like cheap wood, and that works for them. This works for me, so I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing.